Genesis 2:19. And the Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of knowledge and good and evil. The fall of man. Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals that God had made, the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say, you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die." "You will not surely die," the serpent said to the woman, "for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig trees leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God, and he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" The rest of it is Genesis 3:23. You can read about it, but I have questions about what I had read. It doesn't make sense. So here's a recap of the questions I have. Why was Eve the only one talking to the serpent if Adam was with her? Why would God say all the trees he created were good for food if in fact one wasn't? Why didn't anyone eat off of the tree of life if it was there? Why would Eve want to know or have knowledge of good and evil, not having any understanding of what that might be? So Adam never asked Eve where she got the fruit. Didn't it look different to him if he was with her while the serpent was talking to her? Why didn't he say no or anything at all? It says here in Timothy, um, 1:17. For Adam was formed first, then Eve, and Adam was not the one deceived. It was the woman who was deceived and became a sinner. So he didn't eat the fruit. Adam loved Eve and left the garden with her, even though she was the one that ate the fruit, not Adam. She was deceived by the evil one in a form of an angel of light, not a serpent, or possibly in the false form of her husband, Adam. How is it possible to hide from God when they were hiding from God? But just to remind you how deceitful Downer or the evil one is, in 2 Corinthians 10:15, Such men are false apostles, deceitful workmen, masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It is not surprising then if the servants masquerade as servants of righteousness.